Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for watching another video. Today we're going to be comparing the Taurus G3C against the Springfield Armory Hellcat. And if you haven't had a chance to check out the individual pistol reviews I've done on both of these pistols, I'll leave a link for those videos right up here. Let's get into the video. Alright, to begin, the Taurus you can find online anywhere from about $300 to $350, and the Hellcat optics ready version anywhere between $500 and $550. Both of these pistols are optics ready. The difference being is that the Hellcat, the red dot is a direct fit. So you're going to remove this plate and the red dot is going to fit directly onto the slide. Now that means it can only fit one footprint pattern, which is the Shield RMS C. While the Taurus uses adapter plates, and they give you 4 plates, which means that you can basically fit any type of red dot onto this slide. So you're going to remove that plate here, put this onto the slide, and then the dot will attach to this. In that aspect, the Taurus is more flexible. And as far as the sights on here, we got a rear blacked out squared off U-notch and just a dot in the front. And these are Glock compatible. So you got a huge market out there for different types of sights if you want to replace these. And I'm going to say right now that these sights on here are fabulous. You got this really prevalent lined U-notch in the back. And that dot in the front is incredibly bright. Out of all of the pistols that I've tested, that tritium in here is ridiculously bright. And so is this ring right around the front dot there. Let me show you what that looks like. Alright, I've dimmed the lights and check out how bright that front sight is. Out of all of the micro compact pistols I've tested, this is the easiest to spot when you're out there in low light situations. I mean, that is so incredibly easy to pick up in low light situations. Well done, Springfield. Well done. And also another thing about these sights is I like the fact that this is a straight up and down angle. So if you want to catch it on your belt or your shoes so you can rack that slide without the usage of one hand, it is possible. And they're a little bit taller, so depending on what red dot you get, you might be able to co-witness through the red dot with that front sight. I really like this rear U-notch as well with that big fat dot on the front. Not great for target shooting, but for self-defense purposes, fantastic. All right, let me get these slides side by side here, and we're going to see here the thickness difference. Look at that. The Hellcat is so much thinner. All right, that's chamber to chamber. I'm going to line these up like this. All right, back to back. Taurus, a little bit longer, but look at the size or the thickness difference between the Hellcat and the Taurus. Man, better put that on a diet. And both of these pistols now feature both rear and front cocking serrations. Very deep, very easy to grab onto. I also like the fact that the Hellcat has them on the top because some people like to grab like this and rack. So no matter what angle, if you want to do it this way, or this way, the Hellcat has you covered all the way around. Taurus, decent job too. Nice deep serrations, cocking serrations here on the back. And on the front. I just wish these were a little bit more back here. That's a little bit too close to the muzzle for me, but they're deep enough so that when you grab them, very easy to pull back. Both pistols also have nice beveling on these edges here in the front of the muzzle, and that's going to help you not snag on anything when you're holstering your pistol. So nice job with the Taurus there. All right, have a look at the Hellcat. A little bit sharper angles, but I kind of like that. Nice job there. And both of these pistols have accessory rails, so for all of you laser and flashlight freakazoids, you got something to attach it to. Decent sized trigger guard here on the Hellcat. The thing I love the most about the Hellcat as far as the trigger guard goes is this deep undercut here. It really does give you a little bit more space for a full grip on the Hellcat. Taurus, still doing pretty good in that aspect as well. Accessory rail here, nice curvature on the front for people that like to sneak their index finger around and put that on the front. A decent sized trigger guard, very thick, huge thick trigger guard, and the undercut here isn't as deep, but because of the size of the grip, still very comfortable to grip onto. And as far as controls go, the Taurus has the thumb safety here, and both of the controls sit pretty flush to the frame. So you can see it's going to sit very flush to your body. There's a good look at that there. And This version of the Hellcat does not have a thumb safety, but it is available with one. But I like how clean this looks without the thumb safety on here. So here's your slide catch. There's your takedown lever here. Really well done. So flush. No spaces. Like you see here on the Taurus, you got some light here. And again, that's the thumb safety, but still, the slide catch really so flush, right? Check that out. Beautiful lines on there. Beautifully done. Let's have a look at the magazine release button on the Hellcat. This is probably my favorite design because it's so large, but yet it sits so flush to the frame. And my middle finger doesn't block it on this side of the grip, right? I can just grab it, punch it out, no problem. So for those of you that are going to go out and, you know, grip onto these in the shop and try them out, remember, when this button comes out on the other side, if your finger is blocking it, you're going to have trouble doing the one-handed drop like this. So when you're in there, just kind of mess around with it, see how it affects your grip. But this is an excellent design for this magazine release for me. Taurus, same thing, but the button is a little bit smaller. Still well done. I don't have any problems punching out the magazine with this one. And as far as grip angle goes, these are pretty similar. You have a little bit of slant in here, not too much up and down like a 1911. Let me get the Taurus in here. So you can see they both kind of kick out pretty much at the same angle, but you're going to notice the Taurus grip is thicker this way and this way. And depending on your hand size, you may or may not like it, but there's the close look at that there. I'm going to turn it sideways. Look at that, just huge here. Very huge. Now I'm going to say here, the difference here is the tang here on the Hellcat, they have a beaver tail here. So with a smaller grip, it gets real deep into the web of your hand. And that beaver tail gives you a little bit more support to control the muzzle flip in there. And this is probably one of the most comfortable shooting micro compacts I've shot. The one with the compensator must be even nicer to shoot, but that's a good benefit to have when you combine the grip size and the palm swell here in the back. Very comfortable grip. Grip texture. Okay, this is a special one. It's almost a little bit spongy. So they've got two layers of it. This one is kind of sitting here up on the top, and as you clamp down on it, there's these little pyramids that when you squash down on it, it grips into your hand. For a better explanation, you can check out the Springfield website, but the grip texture on here is exceptionally velvety. Look at that. Now here on the Taurus, again, this grip is wider this way, thicker that way, and you don't have a real deep tang here or any kind of beaver tail support system back here. And that texture, oh man, that is definitely like almost a grip tape, almost like coral from the ocean. But because it's a thicker grip, maybe if it was a little bit smaller, that tang area could get deeper into your hand, so it doesn't feel as supportive as the Hellcat because there's no support system back here, no beaver tail, and it's not a very deep tang. But I'm going to tell you, I don't mind the size of that grip at all. I just wish this tang area was a little bit deeper. Alright, magazine-wise, you get two magazines with the Hellcat. You get an 11-rounder and a 13-rounder, and man, these feel really good. They do feel higher quality made than the Taurus magazines, and they cost around the same amount. I think they're between $30 and $35. Still pretty easy to find. Although with the Taurus, you do get 3 12-round magazines, so you get more capacity out of the box. But when you hold on to them, like the steel that they use for this just feels thicker, and you can feel that nice coating on there. So quality-wise, I'm going to give the advantage to the Hellcat, the Springfield Armory Hellcat. But as far as capacity goes, you can't beat 3 magazines coming out of the box. Alright, here is the Hellcat with a 13-round magazine coming in at 1 pound, 2.3 ounces. Here comes the Taurus, and we're going to know it's going to be heavier. It's thicker, so much thicker. 1 pound, 6.1, 6.2 ounces. Alright, let's have a look at these triggers. Both of these pistols have a safety on the trigger, and that's what this guy is right here. So if you don't press that down, that trigger will not engage. Now the Taurus does have double strike capability, otherwise known as double action, single action, and all this means is that when you pull the trigger, all right, so here's your first trigger pull. I know that's a lot of slack in there, guys, okay, but there is your first trigger pull. You break, click, nothing goes bang, you can release, and then squeeze off another pull. If nothing happens, you kick out the round. Again, let me show you what that looks like. So the first trigger pull has all this slack in it. Click, let it go, and then it hits right here. That will be your second strike. The Hellcat doesn't have that. And some people are going to love this feature about the Taurus. Some people are going to hate it. Some people might have it and never use it. But that's just a capability that the Taurus has that the Hellcat does not. Alright, let's have a closer look at that first trigger pull, because that's where a majority of us are going to spend our time. Okay, so here it is. I know that's about an inch of take up, but once you get here, there's absolutely zero creep. And I know there's not a lot of room for it to creep to, but here we go. I'm going to try to pull that as slow as I can. See, it just breaks. Here's a look at the reset. Very short reset. Right there. And then once you're there again, no creep. We'll do that one more time. Again, a look at this luxurious take-up wall. It's like glass, guys. Out of all of the striker-fired Tauruses that I have fired and had a chance to review, that's got to be the best trigger. Let's have a look at the Hellcat. Alright, here is a look at the safety on the Hellcat. Trigger face isn't as curved as it is on the Taurus, but here we go. Alright, there's that initial take up. Some creep there. Ooh, a little bit more creep there. And then we get it to go off there. So a little bit of a creep there on the Hellcat. I'm going to kick it out. Ooh, kind of a long reset there again. Creep. More creep. Okay, we'll try that once more. Alright, so here's the first wall. Take up. Ooh, kind of creep and click. Crisp trigger though, when it breaks, very crisp. Here's the reset. Okay, and then a little bit of creep there. Creep there. Okay, I got the wall there. Break. Alright, let's see how much effort it takes to pull these triggers. Alright, first pull for the Taurus G3C, 5 pounds, 3.5 ounces. Yeah, there's not really much left there to pull when it's that far back. Second pull, 5 pounds, 7.5 ounces. Alright, we'll do one more. Last pull on the Taurus. 5 pounds, 4 ounces. Okay. Get the Hellcat in here. Okay. I think they should be cocked right. Okay. Hellcat. Ooh, heavier. 6 pounds, 14 ounces. Yeah, that was a struggle to pull that guy. So a little bit heavier. Alright, again with that. Second pull on the Hellcat. 6 pounds, 6 ounces. A little bit lighter. Seeing that 6 pound mark. Last pull for the Hellcat. 6 pounds, 5 ounces. Alright, so the Taurus has the lighter trigger with less creep, and the Hellcat has some creep in it, heavier trigger. So I'm going to give the advantage to the Taurus with the better trigger, and you also have that double strike capability as well. Alright, so final thoughts on this comparisons. I love the value of this Taurus. I love the fact it comes with 3 magazines. It's only $350. Oh, it's really hard to turn this deal down. But as far as carrying concealed, it's just too thick. It feels just too clumsy, even though it has the better trigger. I mean, guys, have a look at the size difference there alone. Right? Look at that. For more money, you get those awesome sights, you get high quality magazines, and this just feels better against your body. This grip is so velvet smooth. It's no question in my mind that I would save up and spend the extra money for the Hellcat. But again, if you can't, you need something right away, there ain't no shame in the game with getting the Taurus. Guys, thank you for watching. I'll catch you in the next video.